We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Maybe I should put myself on the screen first. That would be really cool.
We're doing it live, people.
Hello.
Here we are. Doing it live. I'm really short.
You are short. You're a midget. And our internet's fucked up again, but whatever.
I'm sitting on 2 pillows.
Those aren't pillows. Just okay, anyway. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome, people. Wanted to do a quick.
What did it do?
What it could do?
What it could do?
A quick movie review of my current favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, Cannoli took me on an afternoon date.
We went on an afternoon date. We had popcorn. Can
I just say, I have a bellyache. I ate way too much popcorn, and
I may or may not have put a hole in the bottom of the popcorn, but it held the bucket. Just saying.
It did held the bucket. We had to go to it's limited release, of course, and so here, our local theater, we had to see it in IMAX because Cannoli has to have the best of everything. We have to see it the way it was intended. So we went to our local IMAX, which, by the way, has not upgraded its seats to reflect.
They're not recliner
comfort.
seats, but
Right.
they upgraded it to a IMAX laser projector.
Laser.
So the picture quality is bright and beautiful, and the screen is big. It's kind of a lot like me. It's big, and that's pretty much all you get. It's a little autistic.
It's not.
It's a little autistic. Yes, Zach. Oh, hello, everyone. Let's get
Say hi to the chat.
Hi to the chat real quick. I'm going to go ahead real quick, and then we'll get to the movie review. It's not going to be a long video. Trust me. I just want to get
we're
my
two
thoughts
Italians
out.
running our mouths. It might be long.
Zax, how you
Hey,
doing,
Zax.
sir? Of course, my brother from Canada, Jacob Ironside. Welcome, buddy. My second favorite woman, maybe third after my mom. In
Who's
my
your
life.
first?
I don't know.
Your daughter's a girl too.
Okay, so you're whatever. We get the point. We love you, Vex. Thank you so much.
I just like giving him shit.
Hello there, Mike. Hello.
Hope you're feeling well, Mike.
Logical Spock. Hello, my man Joker voice, who actually just saw this. I will talk about this review score and give you that at the end of the
Joker.
thing. You are Barmy. What is up?
Hey,
my
good
man.
To see you.
Shield wall. That's all right, man. I don't think you're lame and gay because you're
on my phone. So I'm always typing on my phone, so I'm always lame and gay. It's quite all right.
Wolverine, how you doing, buddy?
Good to see
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
look,
you.
our kid's here.
Oh, look, baby Sasquatch is here.
Little baby.
Zax, yes, I am a kaiju. I could have.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
I could have, yes, filled in for one of the stunt doubles, and I could have been a stunt double for Pacific Rim.
I love that movie, Pacific Rim. Can we just say?
Oh, thank
he
you,
has the
Mike.
best-
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gord King, what's up, Mr. Pumpkin Master?
I really hope you have a lot of dad jokes for this stream.
She said same sassy. What is that referring to? Did I say something?
I don't know.
Well, whatever.
I have popcorn belly. I'm not thinking.
Okay.
And my ears clogged.
So real quick, we went to see Godzilla -1.
What is the -1?
So my understanding is that after the war ended with Japan, they basically did it was a countdown of day 1 of rebuilding. If I read this correctly, so my Godzilla coming and doing what he did in this movie is below that. It's -1 because it's.
This is why he's good at movie stuff.
So I think that's what I've heard. If I'm wrong, tell me. But anyway,
what's what you heard? What did your impression?
Godzilla -1. I'll just start off by saying this. Western cinema, and Joker Voice and I were talking about this in our Twitter chat. Western cinema, Hollywood studios, for the most part, should be absolutely ashamed and appalled at how they put together movies. Japan showed us how to do it with this, and India showed us how to do it with RRR, Triple R.
And countless other. Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. There's other ones too.
You don't have to have massive budgets.
Nope.
You don't have to have top A-list actors. You just have to have the right people creating these things.
Oh, Mike thought it was because it's a prequel.
What was a prequel? This?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, it's its own thing. It's not a prequel.
He thought it was
no.
because...
You know what? I can understand that. This is its own separate thing from all the other Monster Universe movies.
Gotcha.
The director, and I'm going to butcher his freaking name right now.
No, you did well earlier.
Where was it?
Where was it?
God damn it. Okay. The director is... Fuck is it?
Where is it?
You just had it.
Wait.
No.
What the hell?
Oh, here it is. Here.
Oh.
Takashi Yamazaki.
Good job. Takashi Yamazaki.
This guy should get every accolade he deserved for what he did with a $15 million budget. Looked exponentially better than any Marvel movie I've seen in the last 5 years. Hold on.
Okay.
It makes the Flash, Captain Marvel, look like whatever. Put the most recent Marvel movies out, and you could think these $200 to $300 million budgets. And
it puts them to shame.
Where the frick is this money going? Because this guy, what he did with a small budget. Now, I will say the special effects were about 95% on point. There were a few instances. I gave her the hand.
Give me the hand.
Thank you.
You know what? Yes.
You're right.
Oh my gosh, exactly.
So this is how you make a proper Godzilla. This is the best Godzilla movie we have ever gotten in cinema, in my opinion. Now, it is a total celebration of the old Godzilla movies from the 50s and on. It has that old school feel with modern technology and music with the old school music from the original movies. Character building. It has plots. It has, I know Copa's going to hate me for this, world building. It's showing you the devastation of Japan after World War II. And there's no politics. Here's the beautiful part. There's no politics. I hate modern cinema.
No, you're just getting all sassy.
I get sassy. I get angry because there is no politicking. The only politics in the movie are about Japanese politics and how they feel about their own government after World War II.
Yes. Yep.
This is by far.
Shieldwald is right. I enjoyed the human story.
The human story was actually good.
He didn't say H. Did you hear that?
Human story was actually good. Where 2014's Godzilla massively failed by having Godzilla in the movie for 15 seconds.
How long do you think he was in the movie?
He was okay. So if I have to go off the negatives in this movie, real quick, I'll get the negatives out of the way. The movie was a little too long.
Right, you did mention
it was about 2 hours and 5 minutes. You could have made this movie an hour and 45 minutes. There's some of it towards the end as they're prepping for the final battle, drag just a little bit. But and then again.
But did it build suspense?
Not kinda. And yes, I completely agree, Joker. The IMAX is the only way to see this movie. Do not see it any other way.
We didn't recline for 2 hours.
I don't care. Big screen. The sound was great.
And can I just mention? I know that there's subtitles, and that might be turning a lot of
Was
people
not a problem.
off. However, as somebody hearing impaired, I'm very used to subtitles, but it was not a distraction at all. It did not take you out of the movie at all.
Because the writing was
and
good.
One thing, if you are a little hearing impaired or just have trouble with certain accents or the way things are pronounced, having subtitles actually helped me understand the entire movie. I didn't miss anything because of that.
What's up, Jay?
So I don't think the subtitles, hey Jay, I don't think the subtitles were a disservice at all.
Some people don't like subtitles in movies. I didn't mind. I didn't mind this.
Didn't ruin it at all.
This movie. So basically, how the movie starts off is that it gets right. I mean, it gets right going. It shows a pilot who is a kamikaze pilot landing on an island where it's an island made for like planes landing in Japan that need repair. And basically what happens is the main character, I'm going to freaking butcher his name again.
That's okay. Let's do it.
Let's see. Where is he? Is this
him?
it?
Right here.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. I can't even pronounce it.
Koichi. Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, his real name.
No. So yeah, in the movie, it's
Kamikaze.
Koichi Shikishima. So Shikishima is basically in his own way a coward. He averts his orders from being this is the end of the actual World War II. This is at the end where the kamikaze pilot, they were desperate. They had kamikaze pilots going in and bombing American ships and all this. So he averts that. He diverts. He basically is afraid. He doesn't want to go through with it because he knows the end is coming for the war. China, that's kamikaze. There you go, Gord. Yeah, the red ones. So what happens is he deserts his post, goes into this island, and it's a really deserted island in the Pacific in Japan. And he gets basically called out. The people running this island realize that he's a coward and they call him out for it.
Because his plane does not.
So you're like, okay, so we're doing the world building now, the character building, the character development. This guy's going to be labeled a coward in Japan. That's a big deal, especially back then.
Yeah, you don't show your face.
And with their culture. So what happens is that he's on this island and he gets to rest for a minute as he's getting called out. And Godzilla comes right away.
That's the thing. Most movies make you wait.
I would say within the first 5 minutes, you're up in it. Yeah. And it's Godzilla at his infancy. He's I want to say a baby Godzilla because he's still big, but he's not his full potential size yet. So
did you know there were some comments that Godzilla looked too overweight?
Yeah, listen, people.
No, I'm serious. I read that. Well, like they said he was too fat, like too chubby of a Godzilla.
No, Godzilla now. Baby. It's true that he was much smaller than we've seen him in other movies, but then they explain why in this movie.
Yes, he's a wheelie.
He basically tears through the island with a handful of people on it, and the problem is this kamikaze pilot has an opportunity to get back into his plane and shoot him down with his massive gun on his plane. I forgot what the caliber was, but it was big enough to make it
20.
Yeah, 20 millimeter. He doesn't do it. He doesn't pull the trigger. He freezes. Godzilla kills everybody. He survives, passes out, of course, from some damage that he took, wakes up, goes into Tokyo, where Tokyo was just bombed by
You kind of missed the whole part where there was somebody still alive who gave him shit for it.
Oh, the other guy, the mechanic.
That's a plot. That he's a big part of the story.
20 millimeter, yeah. So him and a mechanic, the only two surviving people on the island survive, and then he gets shit for it, and then they get rescued by the Japanese Navy.
Also, real quick, just to back up a little bit, one thing that the mechanic gives to the main character is a stack of all of the family photos. So
it's the actual people who died on the island, them and their families.
That's what I was just saying.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
I don't know. Go ahead.
The mechanic rounded up all of the pictures from all of the dead other mechanics and put it into this little compartment thing and gave it to him. So he had to carry that with him and remember that he was
ashamed because they wanted him to live in shame.
He carried that with him. That's a big point of this. He carried the guilt of them dying.
So this guy goes back to Tokyo in shame, and he knows it. He knows that he's a coward. He knows he can't really show his face, but he has no choice. He's going to look for his parents in Tokyo. Tokyo was just bombed at this point by the U.S. military in retaliation for Pearl Harbor. So most of Tokyo is pretty much destroyed at this point. Parts of it are. His part is destroyed. His family is dead. His mother and father are dead. You just see rubble. And I will say, for $15 million, again, the set pieces on this movie,
It was incredible.
Fantastic.
You would have thought you were watching a high budget movie.
Post-war Japan looked amazing. I mean, considering what was happening in the movie, it looked great as a set. So basically, he gets called out by a citizen.
I think she was his neighbor,
who calls him a coward, says that he didn't do his duty
because she lost all of her kids.
She lost her kids in the bombing. So you're seeing the you're seeing what happened. Basically what happens during war. Now, the beautiful part, what I liked about it, is that you get to see the Japanese side of things fine. No politicking. There was no, we hate Americans. There was no, America sucks. Why did America do this to us? It was just about them rebuilding and how to move forward after the war. Oppenheimer did cause Godzilla. You're right. Well, Japan's fault, though. So basically what happens is this homeless woman, and the homeless woman is running away from authorities, and she's got something she's carrying. She catches this guy, Shimazuyaka, whatever the frick his name is, and says, you need to hold this for me. I'm going to run away. Come to find out, it's a baby. It's an orphaned baby that parents were killed. And the mom of the orphan babies told this homeless woman, you need to take care of my child.
How do you know she was homeless?
She said she was homeless.
Well, because she lost her home in the...
She literally says she was a homeless woman when you found me.
America's definition of homeless.
She was homeless.
Was different. She lost her home in the air raids.
I mean, she's homeless.
All right.
Oh my God.
But she wasn't like
no, but she was no. But anyway,
she was a woman with no home.
So what happens is that the kamikaze pilot actually takes them in.
Well, he doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah,
because the lady kind of barges her way in because she knows she has to take care of.
So basically, the whole beginning to middle part of the movie is this person taking them in. They live a life together. The kid grows up there. They don't become husband and wife, but they actually have a relationship, and
he's trying to fend for them. Like, he actually ends up finding.
He's trying to be a good person.
Yeah, even though he's.
But he's having PTSD from what happened during the war. During his war, as he says in the movie, is not over yet.
And his war,
because he's constantly reminded of what he didn't do as his duty as a kamikaze pilot.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah. Thank you. The people who died, he just can't get it out of his head.
Bye, Shieldwald.
See you, Shieldwald. Thanks for coming, buddy. So basically, Godzilla basically in this movie is a manifestation of the Japanese people post World War II. They do go into a small amount of detail explaining how he comes about. It's a really quick scene. You see them dropping the bombs that were dropped. The atomic bombs really created him, but it's a really small cut scene. If you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. We really don't need a full backstory as to why Godzilla's there.
Maybe I did miss.
Everybody knows how he was created. Siskel and Sherbert. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, so Godzilla.
That was Gord.
Jay left a comment.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
I know.
About
I said Siskel and Sherbert. Jesus. So what basically happens is that Godzilla, again, is a manifestation of the Japanese people. He's big. He's nuclear. He's angry. He's very angry in this movie. There is no, we're going to save humans. We're going to spare humans like he did.
And you don't feel sorry for him. Like I'm telling Cannoli,
yeah.
There's the other movies where you have like Kong versus Godzilla, and you tend to feel like they have feelings. And that's just me.
Even the first Godzilla movie in 2004, he tries to spare people, even though he's destructive because he's so big. In this, he just destroys everything comes in his path. I mean, everything. Yeah. There is no spare.
No fucks given.
He is pissed.
Yep.
So he has the atomic breath. So basically,
you know what?
He shows up
in the chat every time he says basically take a shot.
Basically, he shows up at the beginning. Then you see this light, the human element happening where the couple, and it's great. The human thing is great. They do a great job of building these relationships, and you actually care about these people. It's well written. Again, I can't emphasize how well this movie looks. It's freaking fantastic.
I didn't notice any like flaws in
he even moves
whatever.
Like the old school Godzilla, where it's a slow, methodical move. When he has to cause damage, he does. And it just culminates into this big finale. And of course, it's an open-ended movie. Godzilla's. They make you think that they killed him.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Here we get to the spoilers. If you don't want to know what happens, check out.
Does Godzilla ever really die in any of these movies?
Thank you. This is my point exactly. He doesn't have to have a soft side.
I agree.
Spare people. Yep. He's not there to. He is there
he
to
didn't spare anybody.
His
and I did
nuclear
like that.
breath in this movie was an atomic bomb. We finally got to see the full use of his. He blows it out into blows up ships.
Hold on, let me just describe something real quick. So when he is turning radioactive and he's starting to turn blue, the what would you call those things on his back? The scales,
Spikes.
His spikes,
Spikes and
each
scales.
go.
Yeah, they did a good job at the
And
sound
like
editing.
it's almost like a gun was like cocking and ready to go. Oh, and he got in position, and it was very dramatic. Hey,
Lily.
He got into position. The way they watched him set him up to blow his radioactive breath.
Oh, he blew his breath. He blew his something. All right.
I felt it was very fascinating.
He when he did use his radioactive breath the first time, you saw the destruction. It was like another nuclear bomb. And what was really devastating to Japan is that they're trying to. I think the whole thing takes over a course over 2 or 3 years after World War II. So they're trying to rebuild, and they're finally starting to rebuild. And this freaking monster comes and is doing. And they even say it during the movie when he uses his atomic breath on a small town in Japan before he gets to the Tokyo, which is the big finale. They even say it's happening again. There's scenes where the people are like, not again, because his breath is an atomic bomb. He basically blows it out to blow up ships into the water, and it is a nuclear blast, and it destroys the town.
Right, but the visual, the way that they made him radioactive,
the sound design,
and just the way that they showed him get in position to do it on a $15 million budget.
It was
amazing.
Stupid Gord, you're funny. Absolutely phenomenal. So there was really no technical love story, even though they kind of they didn't push it. It was kind of organic, where it was him and this girl that he had taken in with the daughter, and he just can't. The main character just cannot get past he doesn't think he deserves. He doesn't think his war is not over. Though he's trying to live up to what his parents were like, saying, "Can I really get through this? Can I create a life with these two?" But he can't get past the ghosts of the people that died on that island because he didn't do his duty. So he's being called out for not being a kamikaze pilot and doing that for his country. He's being called out for the people that died that he didn't protect on the island when he couldn't shoot Godzilla with the gun. Finally, he gets to a point towards the end where he has to call on to the mechanic that was on the island with him that called him out and gave him those pictures of those dead people, because he's the best mechanic that they know. He's the only one they know. And they have this secret plane prototype that they never used during the war.
Want to talk about who the mechanic was first?
I just said it.
What did you say?
I said he was the guy on the island that called him out that didn't die with him.
Oh.
Jesus. Do you listen?
I don't know. You don't let me. I don't even know why I'm here.
I'm just.
This is your review. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm saying, so then he has a purpose to live again, finally, at the end. Listen, there are plot conveniences. There are a lot of plot conveniences.
There was one plot convenience that now that I understand plot convenience and we use it so heavily.
This is true.
Yes.
Hey,
there were a couple of things I felt were plot conveniences. And at first I thought the one in particular, because we don't want to spoil everything.
They don't care.
Okay, so no, you can't, because that's a big part. There's a part
Spoilers.
Okay, spoiler alert. There is a part where the girl that he was with pushed him out of the way to save him so she could take the brunt of it.
Yeah, this was during
But I felt that was so stupid because she could have just thrown herself with him.
Yeah, what she's referring to is the Godzilla, when he got to the town, blew his breath, and basically it was another atomic bomb going off. And while the destruction was coming, she was working in the town at the time, getting on a train, and Godzilla was wreaking havoc. He found her.
The way she got out of the train, though.
Yeah, he found her. And as the blast is coming towards her, she pushes him into like an alley almost, and he survives. Again, plot conveniences. This movie is full of plot conveniences at some point. It
wasn't stupid.
But it didn't take you out of the movie because the movie was done so well.
Right.
You could forgive it, especially given the budget that they had and the restraints. It was fantastic, but you do get a side of the Japanese people that you never really get to see.
No.
And again, I gotta say, the Japanese people are pretty based. It was I don't want to say anti-government against Japan, but the government of Japan wasn't helping. The US government wouldn't help because they were afraid of retaliation from the Soviet Union, which, back then could have happened if they were seen coming into Japanese waters or aiding, because Japan and the U.S. they were having some. They didn't want to piss off Soviet Union and go into another war. So, what do you think of the FX doing? I'm actually really looking forward to it. Logical. I hope it's done well. I hope they don't. It's problem with Hulu is that Hulu's owned by you know who, the House of Mouse, and I hope they don't wokeify that show. I really don't. But I would have altered the kamikaze run instead of the bomb safety. That is, yes, there you go. I can agree with that. So they comes into this. They come up with the final plan to kill Godzilla, and what they want to do. And excuse me because I know I just saw this, but it's fresh in my mind still. Is they want to use the warships that they have. The citizens are doing this, by the way. They even say it during like a meeting where you can't rely on the government to help us. The private citizens have to step up and do this. Based. Fucking Japanese are big. God bless you, Japanese people, for saying that.
Yeah.
Because they say we're not getting any help from the US. We're not going to get help from our own government. It's up to us. Take that for what it is. It's very true. Because if some feel like that's going to happen in our own country, in our own government, we're going to have to step up. But anyway, they have this plan to basically take these warships and make these devices that will push Godzilla down into the deepest part of the ocean that they have in that region. I think it's 1,500 meters, 1,500 so fast that the pressure is so great that he wouldn't survive it. And then lift him back up.
Almost like that submarine that imploded.
Kind of like that
on itself.
Yeah, the Titanic submarine, similar to that. And then they were going to raise him up with something they use for their naval ships, like a
They're like the boats.
It's a big. It's almost like an inflatable thing that lifts him up. That the naval ships use, bring him up so fast that the pressure basically freezes him.
Yes. And
then they can attack him. So. This is the part of the movie that I thought dragged on a little bit, the prepping for the final battle. That's where they could have cut at least 15 minutes out, because it was a lot of the same repetitive story plot points of him trying to redeem himself. Can he get over what he's about to do? He wants to kamikaze himself to kill Godzilla, but so they know Godzilla is going to use his nuclear breath. They want to basically put a bomb in his mouth to stop him at the end, because that's the only way they can cause damage. Hence, at the beginning of the movie, they tried that with mines. So what happens is America and Japan had mines in the ocean in case submarines were going in. This main character, Kamikaze guy, I'm just going to say Kamikaze guy, his job that the government gave them, but a group of people, was to get those mines out of the ocean and destroy them. Come to find out, the real reason why they gave them the job was basically to test it to see if they can kill Godzilla with them. So they actually use it and shoot one in Godzilla's mouth. Godzilla's head explodes, but regenerates back because he cannot be killed that way.
When they realize they're screwed and have to come up with this elaborate plan. With sinking him to the.
This was like plot. There was a plan A, plan B, and plan C. All the plan A and plan B basically did not work. They did drop Godzilla to the bottom.
It did help because it did get him.
It slowed him down. So basically, the kamikaze with his new prototype pilot was meant to distract Godzilla enough to drag him out into this deep water area where they could
trap him.
Yeah, no, that's what I appreciated about this.
Yeah.
It actually made scientific. Now, again, it's a fucking fantasy movie. It's Godzilla, but actually researching it, scientists did say that it actually could work. So
I'm sorry, Flaccid. I know.
I appreciate it. Well, you know what? You don't like Italians anyway, so to hell with you, Flaccid. Just kidding. Yeah, no, if you want to skip ahead, I totally just come back and watch it after or whatever. But thanks for showing up, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Flaccid. He's hitting the like button.
No, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You got it. He laughed. Yeah. He was destructive and great. But yeah, I agree. So basically, it culminates into this ending where they kind of get it to work, where it slows him down, but it doesn't kill him. So
no, but it definitely leaves him
vulnerable. So the kamikaze. So the one thing which is a plot convenience, the mechanic that helps the kamikaze pilot now. There's a scene where he's like, "Hey, I have to show you something else about this plane besides the bomb that you're going to drop."
Did you notice the part where he was reconstructing the plane beforehand?
Yeah,
and he looked at the seat.
Himself. Before. If you've seen enough movies, you'll know. Okay, you can tell what's about to happen here. But fine. So
I'm glad though. I didn't want to be super
So,
sad leaving the theater.
what happens is they do this plan. They drop Godzilla down right before he's about to blow his nuclear breath, and he stops.
Bye, Mike. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
See you, Mike. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, man. Then they bring him back up because it didn't work. So the plan B was to bring him up really fast so we can freeze him as he comes up. Well, that kind of works. So they slow him down. The kamikaze pilot's circling him this whole time after dragging him out into the ocean. He's about to blow his nuclear breath again, and there's no stopping him this time. Like this is it. They can't do anything else. So
they all brace for it.
So the kamikaze pilot basically they show him flying, and what happens is he flies the plane with the bomb in it right into Godzilla's mouth as he's about to blow his nuclear breath.
But he's still really vulnerable, frozen in some.
He's frozen, but the nuclear breath, they figure that the nuke
would defrost.
would destroy him because instead of
yeah.
blowing it out, it would kind of just inside explode. That's the only way to kill this guy, from the inside. So the kamikaze pilot does it, and you see Godzilla just freeze at the end, like literally frozen with an explosion going off. And then you see the pilot in his parachute. He comes down, and people are like, "Oh my God, he didn't kill himself," because he doesn't want to leave his girl an orphan that he's been raising. He wants to forgive himself. Then it has like a nice.
Yes, he did blow his load.
He did blow his load twice, actually. 3 times he blew his load in this movie.
Yeah, well, the last time he tried to blow a load and couldn't.
So it culminates into this big ending. It basically shows the Japanese people finally overcoming the war. And the funny part was that, well, it was an interesting part. As Godzilla's kind of breaking apart,
he's actually like crumbling.
There's crumbling from the inside. The Japanese soldiers are saluting him. The Japanese citizens are saluting him. Even some civilians who came to help bring Godzilla back up so he can freeze. Everybody's saluting him. And then for a second, I was like, you're thinking, why would they be saluting him? Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like,
I didn't understand.
This is a monster that was destroying their region. Come to find out,
yes,
you think
Joker's right. That's the part that I really enjoyed.
Oh,
every time he did
fantastic.
that was my favorite part of the movie, where he was powering up
and it shows it.
It was like,
so at the end, everybody's saluting him as he's dying, and you're like, why? And it's like, well, because they're saluting him because that's their end finally of their war.
Yeah.
They've been going through hell in Japan since World War II, the end of World War II to this point. It's been 2 to 3 years of just a nonstop death, annihilation, destruction, nuclear war. And finally, it's over for them. They think it's over. So come to find out, the girl, what was her name again? The girl that was the homeless girl that they ended up living together. Samuto Ota. No, here it is. Noriko Oshii. Sorry. Noriko Oshii is the character's name. You find out she's alive. There's a telegram that's delivered to the main character's house. He's not there. The lady taking care of the baby gets this actual telegram. She's alive. She's at a hospital, and I don't know where the hell she was at this whole time. She's in some now again, plot conveniences. This is a plot convenience. They wanted you to think she was dead, so it's a more emotional payoff at the end. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It just fit. Yeah, it exactly, and it did work. Yes, me too. I would have kept her alive throughout the movie instead of just
no, he would have kept her dead.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I would have had a more of an emotional impact for me. I didn't love.
Where he just had to take care of the little girl by himself, and he lived.
No, and I get this part. Like, I'm okay with what they did. I think because you want to see them together because they're likable people, right?
Yeah.
Even though the guy's kind of a coward, he kind of owns up to it.
Well,
and
now he's not.
And he becomes this person he thought he could be, and
she was proud of him.
She was proud of him. She was nice, and they were a family, and they got this kid now. So yeah, they definitely did a good job of tying that up at the end. Again, some people are like Joker, and I kind of agree. They could have just left it, but they wanted the emotional weight. And I guess for 300 Mirrors, yes, I can understand why they would add that in at the end. And then that's basically it. And then of course, biggest spoiler of the movie.
She's right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh, I agree with you.
It was nice, kind of.
I do agree with you.
With a little bit of a happy ending there, but you're right.
100%. Yes, that was a great line, great dialogue,
yes.
Well written.
Yep.
Yeah, and and you felt for the guy because not only was he suffering this whole movie because he couldn't get through the past, right?
It made you think too, like if you were ever put in that situation
yeah.
where you had to be a kamikaze pilot, you're just essentially going to die for maybe no reason. That's a hard.
Yeah,
thing to follow.
and some of the soldiers even said to him, like, you did the right thing in the beginning, because we know the outcome of this war was over. The war was coming to an end. They weren't going to win. They knew it. This was their last resort. So
So he chickened out, but you know what?
But you know what? Him chickening out led to a bigger thing where he was able to take care of this girl and daughter. So universe has its reasons. Yeah. So then at the end, of course, the biggest spoiler, of course, is that as Godzilla's body is crumbling to pieces at the bottom of the ocean, you see it start to kind of regenerate again, and you hear the roar, and he wasn't turning blue at the end again.
No.
But
no.
there will be a sequel. And the dog's barking.
It's fine. Just let her
I
bark.
want people to realize something, that I know this is limited release. This is an important movie, not only for Godzilla movies moving forward. This is the standard for Godzilla movies. I know they got Godzilla vs. Kong movies coming out in here. This Monarch show, which I wanted to start, and I'm hearing it's very average and boring. This is how you properly make a Godzilla movie. He's destructive. He's big. It's old school. The love and lore for the character was there. And this is how you do it moving forward.
Character development.
Great character development. If you're going to make a human story in Godzilla, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
I just wish a little bit more Godzilla. Now in the sequels, will there be, if they do make a sequel to this, will there be other Godzilla characters from the movie, older movies they'll bring in for him to fight? Like, Mothra. And
I'm not familiar with that.
I mean, there's a lot of villains he has. Storytelling 101, compelling characters, compelling stories set in a believable world. That's it. Exactly.
Yep.
The sequel will be plus one.
Too. Joker, our theater applauded too.
Yeah.
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 And you know what, Lily? So here's what I wanted to do is my daughter kind of wanted to see it, but she's a little bit of a prima donna and she needs to have her recliner seats. And I was a little worried about the subtitles, even though we do watch movies
Not a big
with
deal.
subtitles at home. But once it's available to watch at home, we're gonna watch it again.
No,
I want her to watch it because I think she loves Godzilla.
Yeah,
anyway.
it was great.
But it's definitely the rewatchability.
Yeah, and I agree with one thing 300 Mirrors saying, with everything being depressing. There's a place for dark movies. I get it, but I am so tired of Western cinema fucking things up so badly. We watched a good movie last night.
Oh my gosh!
Not Godzilla related, but it was with Paul Giamatti, and I can't forget the kid's name. Called The Holdovers. I was just telling Mrs. Sassy, like, what a nice throwback to just good storytelling, well acted,
character development,
smaller independent movie.
Yep.
Character development. You actually cared about these people, and for a while you're like, where is this going? And then
these big budget movies, you just can't trust them anymore.
I'm all for spectacle and big action shit, but Disney specifically really needs. Now there's rumors that, not a rumor, the director of this movie, Godzilla -1, said he would like to make a Star Wars movie. And my initial thought was, oh, great, this guy would be really good at this because he's a good storyteller and he's good with action. Then immediately I go, no, keep him the fuck away from Disney. Yeah. Disney will corrupt him and take him and change everything unless he's got the balls to say no. And then what'll happen? Disney will go to use somebody else and be so that person will be a pawn for Disney and kiss their ass and make shit content. I'm kind of checked out of the whole Star Wars thing. Good show, Jay. Good show.
Liked it.
There's another Japanese animation show that's out that I want to watch, and I can't remember the name of it, Jay. I don't know if you've heard. It's on Netflix. It just came out, and it's about it's like a Japanese samurai who's got to protect a small child, and there's like zombies and shit. It looks fantastic. And then we did see. Oh God, what was the trailer we saw? I was thinking of Vex. Who is the anime creator of the movie Spirited Away? He's got a very, oh my God,
something about a boy, blue hair.
No, but the actual person who created it. He's like the most famous fucking anime creator.
Zach said Lady B recommended The Holdovers. Definitely
excellent movie.
Definitely.
It's I will say it's a little bit of a slow burn early on, but it has a great payoff. The Boy and the Heron. Yeah. Who is the person who created that? What is his name? God damn it! I know it's.
We have Google here on.
No, I had a cannoli senile moment, but
we have Google.
It's a very, I forgot. It's fake. You guys are infamous for freaking making these movies. That movie looked. The Boy and the Heron looked fantastic, and on a big screen it really looked good. Yeah, Gord, save Mothra. Mothra's lives matter. But I do want to see all of. I gotta look this up. I gotta look this.
Please.
What is it? The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah. You're looking it up on IMDb?
Here it is.
Oh.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I got it. It is Hayao. Jesus.
Go ahead.
Hayao Miyazaki. Hayao Miyazaki. That's it. Miyazaki. I have not watched any of his movies ever. I'm just kind of since the last year getting into the animation thing. I have to watch his. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Onimusha. Yes. Onimusha is the one I want to watch right now. I've been watching Batman the animated series. I just bought Batman Beyond. I got like the Long Halloween animated movie just recently.
Bye, Joker.
Dark Knight Returns. I got a bunch of shit. Mask of the Phantasm. I'm going crazy with animations. See you, Joker. Appreciate you, buddy. Yes, this is a must-see film.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli. I got to watch. So I need somebody to recommend to me or DM me all of those movies that I need to watch from this guy, Miyazaki, and give me a list so I can make sure I catch all of them. So that's pretty much it. Here's my final thoughts. This movie needs to be seen. It needs to be supported. A small budget movie. It will make its budget back, and it will do well. It needs to do really well to show Western audiences that this is how movies are made, and show studios that they're pieces of shit, they're corrupt, and they're evil for making the crap that they've been putting out. Mm-hmm. You will enjoy this. Yeah. My personal score I would give this is 9 out of 10 cannolis. It's that good. And I mean entertaining, fun. It's not fun to see people get blown up in atomic war, but you know, in general.
But radioactive Godzilla is pretty interesting. Yes.
Fucking Beyonce. I mean, if you like Beyonce, fine, but that just shows you.
No, wait till my show tomorrow when we talk about.
That's just where you see, where Western audiences are at. How stupid this all is.
Yes, it should be seen in theaters. KY.
Yes, I think IMAX is the only way to see this. If you have an IMAX, if you can't get the IMAX, go see it anyway. But yes, What about Under the Red Hood? Yes, I bought Under the Red Hood back 6 months ago when they had a big 30 DC movies for like $5. It was a crazy deal. But I bought Mask of the Phantasm, Long Halloween, Hush, and the Batman Beyond series. I went crazy with animated shit this week. So I'm very happy about that. Yes, definitely see this in a movie theater. You want the biggest screen you could possibly get.
Yeah.
I guarantee you will not be disappointed in this. This is the pinnacle of Godzilla movies. The best Godzilla movie. Even AJ would like this movie.
I think AJ would. There's no furries.
There's no hit girl in it, but
no furries. But I think AJ would like it.
That's basically really it. And you have any final thoughts on the movie, please? You want to tell us what you think or thought in general?
No, you did all the talking for me, so I think we're good. Same. I give it 9 out of 10 cannolis as well. I don't really have any bad things to say about it. Maybe, it could have been just a little bit shorter.
It's true.
But it didn't I wasn't like, oh my God, when is this going to be over? But the way that they did everything in this movie. What?
I'm reading his comment.
You can go ahead and talk.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No, I'm just saying, from a female perspective, It was a very good movie. Even if it didn't have a love story, it still would have been great.
But the love story wasn't like sappy.
No, but it just was good. It was great. I am so tired of movies that have all these agendas and they're checking all these boxes. And this movie did not at all. It just was a great movie. Good movie. Godzilla was badass. And I have to say it again, when he powered up for his radiation breath,
worth every penny.
Insane.
It's worth every penny. It's not even that expensive to see, really, because it's not a big budget movie. They're not
there was
prices.
only 2 showings today. It opened yesterday. There was only 2 showings today in IMAX.
I really hope this movie gets word of mouth. It's got to be seen. Let's get those. I think it's going to.
That's why we're doing this review too, to let other people
know. And I think it needs to be. It's going to hit the double digits as far as the money it's going to make back. I think it's going to do very well.
And hopefully they'll be kind of like the Indian movies. Hopefully, since they did so well with RRR and some follow-up stuff.
I'm telling you, KY, go see this movie. Everybody who hasn't, I know it's tough to get out. Even if you wait from now until Christmas time when you have time off, please go see this because it's so good. The next movie that I might want to see is Silent Night. I'm kind of like hearing mixed things about it. It's a specific niche movie. It's really a revenge Punisher kind of.
John Wick.
No, not John Wick. No? This is like a revenge movie. I'm trying to think of the movies with Charles Bronson, the old school movies, revenge movies. But it's really just, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that. Right. So tonight, we're going to rewatch Die Hard 2, Die Harder for MMM on Monday. That's going to be fun. and then I got to do some edits. So yeah, that's basically it. Rebel Moon. Oh God, Rebel Moon. I forgot about Rebel Moon.
I like that they touched on
Death
the
Wish. Thank you, Whitey. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was reading Lily's comment. I like that they touch on the love story. We'll probably see more in the next one. Yeah, I like that too. And I think too, they probably kept her alive so they could have a second one and just, but
I think there will be a sequel. I think it will be very successful. Bring some other MonsterVerse people in, do it well.
Leon.
Working, so I have you muted, but drop the like and keep it on support. I love the film Words of Paradise.
Yeah, it was
loved
fantastic.
it. I know you did. By the way, go check out Leon's review from Words of Paradise. I'll just put this up. He had a great review of a breakdown of Godzilla. He loved it just as much as I did. We basically said the same exact things as far as how we liked it and what we didn't like, but absolutely, he's terrible.
Lily said that Rebel Moon Snipe. What is that?
Oh, I agree. Yeah, he said that he would put her in another movie.
That's right. I did read that.
Oh, that's a hot take. I get it. I get what you did. Oh, I like the title better than the original one. That should have been the title. Yeah. Jay, here's what I'm going to say real quick about Rebel Moon. I really want to like it. Problem is he had full control over this writing, directing, editing. That scares the shit out of me with a Snyder movie. He needs to be reined in and have a writer write the stuff for him, and then he can do his post shit and have somebody even rein him in there. That's coming out at the end of this month. I will watch it because we're going to review it for MMM in April when part 2 comes out. I'm just kind of burned out on Snyder shit. I just can't do it anymore with him. He just disappointed me way too many times. I will watch it. Yeah. Oh, you two are just getting along.
Yeah, they're doing Hypnotic Show.
I know, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, watch that too. Go to Hypnotic Saturday Night Hypnosis. You'll see Jay Desolate Souls, Words of Paradise on there too. Hey, congratulations also to Jay. I saw your community post for getting on to that show. Seems like permanently, huh, buddy? Congratulations. Awesome. Rebel Moon probably will be. It's Snyder. I will go into it with an open mind. I just don't have any expectations. So yeah, that's basically it. I really have nothing else to say except go see this movie. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. The best Godzilla movie we've had yet, maybe ever. It's a throwback to the old school with the newest visuals. $15 million budget, fantastically well placed. CGI great, the storytelling great, the sets are great, the acting was really good. It's fantastic. So that's basically it. That's pretty much it. I really do appreciate everyone joining us. I wanted to make this a short stream, which of course almost still went an hour.
You're Italian. You like to
I do like to talk. I got excited. Definitely check this out. We love you all in the chat. Thank you so much for coming through, supporting us during the stream. I know it's late and getting into the evening time for most people on the East Coast. So I do appreciate you. I'll be back Monday for MMM. We're doing Die Hard 2 because it's the holiday time, right? Let's do the sequel now. And then we have guests Price of Reason, Leon, and Jay Desolate Soul Studio, and Lance. Sorry. So we have a full panel, actually. And Copa may or may not drop in, too. So we have a full panel for that. Please go watch that. And Sassy, you want to shout out what you got going on?
Mrs. Sassy Sunday stream, episode 24, tomorrow at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Talking about all the shit from the week. Beyonce thinks whiteface is okay. So hang out with me tomorrow while we chat about it. Other than that, thanks, guys, for hanging out with us this afternoon.
All right. We love you. Thank you. We'll see you when we see you.
Bye.